Stuffed. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 153. Yes, 153. It is the third day of the week, aka the Psycho Crusher workout. I am on my way to the gym right now, a lot later than I wanted to, but that's because I had dinner a little later than I was going to expect. But that happens. It is what it is. Not that big of a deal, but still. Anyways, to the main subject matter for today, which was brought on because dinner was late, and kind of I thought about it for a little bit, and I haven't actually talked about this in a while here, and now it's become set in stone basically. But my diet, really, like, what do I eat, you know, that stuff. I'm like, oh, what are you eating a day, that type of stuff. And I find that very, I'm not gonna make a regular video like one of those, maybe in the future, but like I don't have any interest in like going through every single meal throughout the entire day. But instead I'd rather just talk about it, and also talk about certain things. I was gonna make this entire video about pupusas, honestly, but that was going to be a very niche thing that I don't think I could talk for about 10 to 12 minutes about just one food. Maybe chicken, but that's probably the only food I could really think of doing that for. So besides that though, I think generally just talking about what I eat daily is a better use of my time. So what do I eat normally? My breakfast has been the same for the past month and a half now, probably even longer than that, and that is a pita toasted with cream cheese. That's it. That's literally my breakfast, and it's been great. It's honestly excellent. It starts me off in the day, and then lunch has been consistent of, actually I'll get into details of what I actually eat during lunch and all that other stuff, and dinner, and what I've realized about my dieting and body, and what makes me feel good and not so good. But I'll talk about my meal that I just had right now. I had pupusas before this. Pupusas, if you don't know, are basically tortillas filled with cheese, beans, and some type of meat. The one that I got was filled with pork meat. I don't normally eat pork. I'm not a pork guy. I don't like it. I'm not necessarily, I don't necessarily love it. I've tried it before. I just don't like it as much. It always makes me feel off and funky. So I never actually eat it that much, if I ever do. It's very rare when I do, very seldom. Maybe one day I'll actually get into the reasons why I don't eat pork and a few other things. Some of it's religious, some of it is family history and stuff like that. So there is an actual subject matter there. I'll probably write that down. But for now, I'll talk about generally though this meal, because this meal, I'm still feeling the effects of it. I'm ultra full. I did eat a lot, but ultra full. I haven't had pupusas in, I want to say, at least 3 years plus. Ever since I started losing weight, so like 2021, 2022, ever since then I haven't had pupusas. So it's been quite some time, and they're very good. If you've never had pupusas, I would say go out, try some, go get some. They are quite the excellent thing to do or to eat. 100% very much worth it. Even if you aren't a meat person, you can just get them with beans and cheese, just cheese. There are other ones, chicken. My father, I just found out that he got some with shrimp, which is honestly crazy. Never even heard of that before. So I would recommend it. 10 out of 10. It is the one part of my culture that I'll always be proud of. But there's a little funny backstory about that. Maybe I'll say it during the voiceover of what my plan is with pupusas, but that's for the future. But with that being said, I'll see you on the inside. Started this day off with single arm lat pull downs, which were pretty good. They felt great. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. What do I eat in a day? Realistically, let's start with what do I eat in a day. Basically, I talked about breakfast already. Lunch is usually one of 4 items, because I genuinely go through one of 4 items. I choose which one throughout the week I'm gonna do. So this past week it was chicken and vegetables, so I made chicken and vegetables enough for the week, and then that's what I eat at lunch at work. And then when I get home, it's an example of what I do for what I eat daily. It's very, very monotonous. And then the next week, like this upcoming week, I'm probably going to do turkey burgers with asparagus. That's going to be one of the things. So I have 2 other options after that, and I just rotate through them. It's been working relatively well so far, because then I basically maintain all of my calories relatively the same throughout the week, and I don't have to worry about doing anything crazy. Most of the meals are really fucking good, so I don't have to worry about the taste buds going numb because they're just so bland and boring. That's 2. I don't have too many carbs during lunch because I am sitting at an office chair during the day. I don't need carbs during that time. I just need them before I go to the gym, which is what I do when I go home. When I go home, I eat my dinner. Usually my wife prepares something and we eat dinner together. Occasionally, maybe on a Friday, depending on what's happening, we'll go out and get food, but it all just depends. More recently than that, we've just been chilling at home and making food, and then I eat whatever that usually has some type of carb source, or at least a heavier carb source, so then that way I can prepare to have some energy to go to the gym, and then that's how I do it. And it's literally all I eat in a day, except for after the gym I do a I do a protein shake just before, just to have something in my system, because if I don't, I will feel hungry before going to sleep, which isn't the worst thing. I can go to sleep without eating. I don't have that issue, but it is something that I'd rather avoid if I can. If I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. So the main reason why I wanted to do this video now versus actually showing you what my day in the life of eating would be is because, one, I don't necessarily like those videos. I don't hate them, I don't love them. They're very meh to me. They're very middle of the road. I don't want to necessarily say that they have run out of ideas, because it's not. Some people are curious and all that other stuff. But realistically, unless you are doing something very niche and very particular, let's say a carnivore diet or something like a vegan diet, a raw vegan diet or something along those lines, realistically, most of these things are all the same. Most diets relatively are mostly normal and mostly the same. I am very much a if it fits your macros person, but as well, there's nothing special. There's nothing crazy about what I eat. Now, are there days where I eat crazy stuff? Like on the weekends, do I splurge a little bit on like what I eat? Yeah, but that's just become a thing because the weekends are now my chill off days. I don't have to be on the entire time, so I don't really like to think about what I'm eating. I'm just gonna enjoy what I eat, you know? But still, regardless, it's something where I'm like, these videos are kind of like, all right, cool, they eat regular food. Like, there's nothing inherently crazy about them, so that's why I kind of just go like, and I don't think I'll ever make one of these videos after this. I don't think I'll ever make like a vlog showing you everything that I do. Maybe if I show you a dessert that I make or some particular thing that's an actual like macro based like hack that I have or whatever, then that's a little different, because that's an actual just showing you of the food. But for now, this is really it. Nobody gives a fuck, really, except for me. Note to self. And we're back! Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None exercises skipped. We have 2. We have the decline isolation machine thing, and also the low row again, mostly because both things were being used and I did not feel like waiting anymore. It's already late. I need to go home and do some other stuff before I have to do my other stuff that I normally have to do, so it's a little bit extra today, so I have to go home and do that. It is what it is. But with that being said, I got mostly everything else in. 5 out of 7, not bad at all. I will probably try to do at least one of the 2 tomorrow, and then I'll do the other one on Friday. I'll probably do low rows tomorrow, and then Friday I'll probably end up doing decline machine. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. So this was originally going to be honestly a video about pupusas, just straight up just pupusas. That's all I had in the mind, but I don't think I could talk enough of a while about just pupusas in order to make a full video on it, so that's why I went with this. I think I already said this in the beginning, but who cares? But I just wanted to reiterate that I don't know how I feel about those videos that show like, what do I eat in a day? I find them to be interesting, but also just kind of like, all right, this is pretty normal or basic or repetitive or whatever. It's never really, I guess they are very mildly interesting, but nothing too interesting. Like, I don't know what people expect to see really out of those videos. I mean, a majority of the time, it's like pretty normal food. I don't think like even like there's only like really weird like use case people where it's like you'd want to see what they eat just because they're either like a mountain of a person or like ultra skinny maybe. But even then it's kind of like, well, you eat this, you're vegan, paleo, blah 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 blah, you know, whatever the hell you are. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, I get it, I get why people are into it, but I'm also like, I don't know. I've watched a very few of those videos, and it's kind of now. If there is something along the lines like in the Bald Omni Man, he always talks about his gyro bowls that he always makes. That's a little different because he hasn't done a full day of eating thing yet, which I don't think he has at least. But I would love to see a video about that particular thing that he makes that he talks about all the time. You know, particular recipes that people make are a little bit more interesting to me, that they actually eat all the time. That's more of a particularly interesting thing for me, just because it's like, oh, that gives me an idea, because you can get a lot of ideas from those types of videos. But things like, you know, what do I eat in a day? I fucking eat eggs in the morning, you know. It's fucking, you know, it's whatever. I don't hate them. If people do them and people want to see them, it's fine. I don't have a particular disdain for them. I don't have a particular love for them. They are very much meh. Maybe tomorrow, meh. But anyways, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about whether my diet is interesting or is regular. What are your opinions on, like, what do I eat in a day type of videos? Just that in general. Just curious to hear your thoughts and reactions to that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. Stay safe out there. Keep it heavy. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.